Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Daymare 1998. Now, it's a third-person survival horror game that plays a lot like some of the classic 1990 survival horror games that are so iconic. More in particularly Resident Evil. Yeah, this is a Resident Evil clone to the T. Now, one thing that does make it a little bit more different though is it's not like all the other Resident Evil clones that you've seen on the various eShops like PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. For example, Vaccine came out a few years ago and that really replicated the classic feel. It had the classic 1990s looking graphics with the old polygons and the real scratchy looking raw graphics that early 1990s games had. No, this one is a little bit more modernized. In fact, I would compare it to some of the more recent Resident Evil games out there. It has that modern look. It's a over-the-shoulder third-person look with a lot of gratuitous violence and gore, and just has a real dark and gritty feel to it. And it replicates a more Resident Evil style from the modern HD era than anything. Now, what's the story about? Well, there's an incident that happens in a small town, like always. Any kind of like video game about viruses and zombies and stuff always takes place in a small town. Basically, you have to go into an area, find out what happened, the truth about what kind of virus is going on before basically the zombies take over. Now, you know, there's a couple characters that you can play as in this game. It does a real good job of recreating the mood of some of those iconic titles, like I said. I previously checked this game out on the Xbox One. I did a Let's Play video of it. If you guys want to check it out, I will have a link down in the description. This is the PlayStation 4 footage that I'm showing you here. I wanted to go ahead and play the best of both worlds for this generation, so I had the PS4 version lined up for the review. This is also available for PC. You can play it on Windows 10 and Microsoft Windows with it. I don't believe there's a way to play it on Mac, but it is available on PC. So there's 3 different options for you to play. So anyways, like I said, it does replicate the Resident Evil series to the T. So you go in, you have this third-person view. As you explore, you'll find items that shine, kind of like do that glimmer, and you can pick them up. There's files that you can read that give you a little bit more insight to the story. And of course, there's zombies. Now, there's a couple of weapons that you have available at your side, including a flashlight. You'll find healing items and resources scattered throughout the thing as all, but they are unlimited supply depending on what difficulty you have. There's like a hardcore Daymare mode, there's a normal mode and an easy mode. I will say straight up, the game is pretty stingy with ammo if you play normal or above. I found myself without any kind of ammo at one point and just kept dying in the same spot to where I had to restart and start over again and be a little bit more conservative with my ammo usage. So yeah, the challenge is definitely there. Now, it does play, I guess, for the most part, pretty good. It's solid. It doesn't feel like it's cheaply made. If I didn't know any better, if they slapped on Resident Evil as the title of this game, I would consider it being close to a Resident Evil game. Now, that doesn't mean that it's as high quality or anything like that. I've heard some mixed reviews of this game, actually. Some people lamented, you know, the characters weren't as memorable as the Resident Evil series. The enemies were kind of bland and boring. The stages were just a little too not really planned out or built. The puzzles are kind of lackluster. There is some light puzzle solving in this game. Majority of it is basically hacking, you know, doors. You get these like override cables that you can hack the locking mechanisms on doors and stuff. And I don't know. To me, for the price that it is, I think it's on Steam for about $30. It might even be about the same price on both the Xbox One and the PlayStation Store. So it's not a full $60 game to my knowledge. To me, I just think the novelty of it, what really attracted me was the fact that it was similar to Resident Evil games. And I'm a big Resident Evil guy. I like, for the most part, the majority of the games. Give or take 1 or 2 of them. You know what? When I see a clone come out, I'm like, okay, I'm going to check it out. So, for what I played, and holy cow, was it hard. Just to get to, like, the second part of the game. It took me long enough. I want to show you guys early footage, by the way, so I don't spoil anything. Honestly, the game doesn't feel that long. Maybe that's another mixed reaction that I could have with it. The game is rather small, but you gotta remember this is pretty much an indie title. I think it was made by Slipgate Ironworks and Invader Studios, the developers. So it's a very small game in its stature, but for being a Resident Evil clone, I would probably say this is probably the highest quality one that I've seen out of a lot of them. A lot of them, again, go that cheap route with the, you know, the early 90s looking graphics and kind of like outdated style gameplay. I really hate tank controls, which is what I hate about classic clones of classic Resident Evil. This one doesn't have the tank controls. It's fluid, it's third person, it feels modernized, and to me, it plays and looks okay. I mean, it is what it is for an indie title, a premium priced indie title. It feels okay to me. Now, this might not feel like it's grade A quality to somebody that's a Resident Evil only aficionado, somebody that might be an elitist with the Resident Evil series. I guess to me, maybe I'm just a little bit easy to please in regards to throwing some scary stuff and some zombies and survival horror elements into my games. I have no idea. Honestly, I've seen, again, mixed results to this game. For me, I thought overall, it wasn't half bad. Now, I would have liked a little bit more in way of options, maybe gameplay modes, instead of just doing the campaign. You know, maybe some mini games or some time attacks or additional stuff that's unlocked in this. I don't know. To me, it was for $30. The price seemed all right. Now, there is some physical copies. If that floats your boat, you can get a physical copy. I think GameStop has a black edition only at GameStop for $50, and it comes with like character cards, some sticker arts, collectible pins and stuff. So there is a physical order. I believe it's actually coming out this month in June. If you're watching this in June, it'll be coming out, and I'm sure there's a physical version for the Xbox as well. So if physical copies are your thing, then yeah. So overall, I would probably say with Daymare, and judging from the Xbox One version and the PlayStation 4 version, I would say they run pretty good, both of them. There's not one that's better than the other. You know, I'm not going to say the Xbox One version ran worse than the PlayStation 4 version. To me, they both ran just fine for what they are. I didn't notice any, you know, things that some of you modern gaming people worry about, like frame rate issues and clipping and stuff like that. There wasn't way too much of glitching. For me, it was an enjoyable, quick little game that played like something I'm a fan of. So if I was to rate this game on a scale of 1 through 10 on the 8-bit game grading scale, the 8-bit GGS, I would probably say this is right, you know, out of 7, passable, doable. It's not by any means a replacement or an alternative to Resident Evil. Let's get that right. It's a good clone, I would say. It's passable. You know, I was impressed with some of the things that the game did feature, and you know, the design, the graphics looked good to me. It didn't feel or look cheap at all, so I think I can actually recommend it for what it is. So a 7. You might think a little bit different, which is why I have a comment section down below. Comment down below. Let me know, have you guys played this? Has this been something that you have been wanting to check out, maybe sink the teeth into? What are your thoughts about it? Are you going to consider getting the physical? Comment down below. I'd like to hear your opinions. And subscribe if you haven't yet. Be part of the 8BE Nation. Help me get to 63,000. I think that's my next marker. I would really appreciate if you guys considered subscribing and enable the notifications so you don't miss when I upload. And don't forget to leave a like or dislike. Throw some engagement my way. Help push this video out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe and peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.